stop charging. There it is.
Where you at? Oh, okay. All right. Joe Mo now.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to OakRidge High School for tonight's varsity boys basketball contest between the visiting Muskegon Heights Tigers and your host OakRidge Eagles. As members of the Michigan High School Athletic Association, we remind you that sportsmanship and the objectives of educational athletics are what set this event apart from other levels of competition. Your cooperation in those two values are greatly appreciated. At this time, will you please rise? The privilege of this game is made possible by those who have fought and continue to fight for the freedoms we enjoy. Let us honor America by gentlemen kindly removing their caps. Active and retired military may render the appropriate salute as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
And good evening, Frank St. James alongside Joe Mo here live at OakRidge High School, where the Tigers of Muskegon Heights are taking on the Eagles of OakRidge tonight. Both of these teams have had a rough start so far. The Tigers 0-2 under first-year head coach David Fox, and the Eagles are 0-3 on the season so far. As we get set for tonight's game, Joe, what's going to be the keys here for the Muskegon Heights Tigers?
You know, I talked to both coaches before this game, and Dave Fox said he want to try to slow it down, get it to his liking. If he can run, he's going to run, but he wanted to get it to his liking. And I talked to Tracy over there. Been knowing Tracy for a long time. And Tracy said, they just got to hit some shots, but they go on slumps at times. And both of these teams tonight is looking for their first win, Frank.
It's Muskegon Heights Tiger basketball on 103.7 The Beat. Frank St. James alongside Joe Mo tonight. And this OakRidge Eagles team have had a rough start as well here in the early goings of the season, 0-3. But the eye test for these guys, they're big.
Yeah, they got a little size. Heights really gonna have to hit the glass tonight. And what Dave was also telling me that they got to hit the glass if they're.
And here we go.
Stay with them.
Down low, spinning underneath.
Got a traveling call on that one.
Kevon Sims with the traveling call. Had some last-minute number changes here for the Tigers. Live at OakRidge High School. Down, short jumper, Dedden, no good. That one's going to drop through for Dedden, and Dedden is going to get his first two tonight.
You know, and they went to one of their bigs, and he went inside, and that's what you're going to have to do, hit that mid-range jump shot.
Banks on the inside, kicks it back out to Marble. Marble with a jumper off the back of the iron, no good.
You know, I'm hoping Heights don't just start settling for threes. They got to find a way to attack the basket, Frank.
Ball comes back outside to Falby. Back up top to Goldine. That's no good. The rebound to Mayers.
You know, early on, you see OakRidge, they trying to attack in the middle.
And on the inside, that's going to drop through for Houston.
And Tracy have gone to his sides on the middle, and that's a good strategy to do.
Tigers, Marble gets it across midcourt. He's got double team defense on him. And the Tigers going to get called for an over and back.
Turnovers. And then, you know, Frank, Tigers can't get into that type of stuff. They got to look ahead instead of looking backwards.
Just underway here with the first quarter. As OakRidge on top 4-0 over the Tigers. Frank St. James, Jomo, and a short jumper underneath. He's going to kick that off to Houston, and Houston is going to knock down another two underneath.
I think Houston's going to be a nightmare for the Tigers inside because he's a big, he's 6'4", 6'5" kid, and, you know, the Tigers just don't have a kid about his size. So I think he's going to be a nightmare.
Strong play by Houston underneath. He's got 4 points already. As the Eagles lead at 6-0. Tigers on the inbound. That foul's on Fable.
That's a traveling on him. Another turnover. You know, you get into these turnover situations and you ain't getting enough shots at the basket, that could become a problem.
All the way in and out off the glass. And that's no good by the Eagles. And here come the Tigers. Moody all the way in the corner. Wide open Lawrence. Outlet pass to Falby, and that's going to drop through Falby.
You know, good. It probably is a good thing it dropped through because Houston was probably going to jam it right back.
Houston's a big fellow underneath. Senior. Tigers on the rebound. And that shot is up. Round and out, but underneath. Tayshawn Moody will get his first two, and the Tigers get on the board.
You know, a strategy I go to, like he got number 3 on Houston. Changed that. He got number 4 on Houston. And he got Sims on Houston. What I would do with Sims is make Sims deny Houston everywhere he goes. And see if Houston can play moving without the ball. Because if he denies Houston the ball, I think he's got a shot, Frank.
And we've got a timeout on the floor as the Eagles lead the Tigers by 8, 10-2. And both these teams tonight, Joe, looking for their first victory on the season.
Yeah, both of them have struggled big, and, you know, they came up with some lopsided losses. I I'm just looking to see who's going to hit some shots, who's going to attack the basket. And right now, Oak Ridge is attacking the basket more. Heights is selling for the long-range shot.
And that's going to be the key playing these Eagles tonight, is getting on the inside and playing tough on the inside. The Tigers have the height, but they've got to manage to get the ball inside. They're going to get the inbound out of the timeout. And some number changes here before the game started for Coach Fox. 10-2. And our officials for tonight, Johnny Tanner and Keith Wright and Troy McBride.
This is the book right here.
And some confusion here on the player numbers and the official book.
They said,
as we mentioned, there had been some number changes.
the situation is the scoreboard, the announcer sheet, and you can't go by the announcer sheet. You got to go by the official scoreboard. So with that being said, make sure that both players in that both book. Yep. So they got it pretty much situated. The announcer sheet was saying he didn't have a number, but he don't count as a official book.
Underway here as Marble brings it down, throws it in, misses the pass that came in, and the Eagles now on the attack. Down in the corner, down to Houston, driving baseline. He's going to kick that outside to Fable, and Fable inside battling. He's going to draw the foul, and that foul, I believe, is going to be on Sims.
Yep. Sims matches up well with Houston, and I would keep that matchup going because, Houston just tried to drive the baseline, and Sims pretty much checked him pretty good.
Bryce Faldy on the line for the Eagles. And he's going to drop the first.
For a Tuesday night, it's a nice crowd in this gym, Frank.
Absolutely. Have come out to see the home team play, as well as quite a few Tiger fans.
Yeah, they walking in.
Have come into the gym here tonight. The second shot by Falby rolls in and out, and battling underneath as Sims and Dutton got tangled up underneath. And I believe they're going to call a lane violation on the Tigers.
They called a foul on Tigers.
And Falby.
Yeah, they did. They called a lane violation.
We'll get another try at it. That one bangs off the back of the iron. Tigers battling for it. Rebound comes down to Purnell. And that one is knocked out of bounds. It'll be Tigers basketball. Last touched by Falby. Purnell on the inbound.
Cycle. Go take. Come on, Keith.
Back up top, almost stolen away from Marble. Puts up a baseline jumper. That's no good. And the Eagles again on the attack all the way as Houston. As he drives toward the basket, he's going to draw the foul.
Like I said, Houston's a big kid. He's a great ball handler. I see the skills he has with the ball. So they just going to have to try to contain him.
Ball comes into Myers. Dutton. Galdine driving the lane off the glass. Count it and one. And Galdine.
Yeah, he gets there one. Pretty good move. A nice assist from Houston. Seeing him cut into the basket. And, the thing that Oak Ridge is doing is the things I want to see Hikeston do is to attack the basket.
Trent Galdine driving hard to the basket. Picks up the and one. 13-2. Galdine on the line for the Eagles. And that one's going to be off the back of the rim. Tigers with the rebound. Long pass. That one is picked off by Myers. Myers underneath. What a beautiful pass inside to Chase Dutton. And Dutton right there to lay it in. 15-2. As Dutton gets the easy basket underneath.
You know, the fast breaking that OakRidge is doing is, you know, I don't know where this came from and where they talking with the record that they have.
And a long jumper. That one's a line drive by Marble, no good. And another one. That one flies over the top of the rim. Tigers now playing great on the offensive glass, but can't manage to put it down.
Yeah, you know, that three-point arc will get you in trouble a lot.
Myers, Galdine again driving baseline. And that one is going to be swatted away, but he's going to draw the foul. That foul is going to be on Keyshawn Marble. And that's going to be 2 on Marble.
You know, now that three-point line, I say if you ain't shooting from mid-range and then work your way out and then try to hit the three-pointer, that's a long shot.
And Galdine bangs in the first shot off the stripe. 3:09 here in the first quarter. And he gets both off the stripe. 4 points now for Trent Galdine. 3 minutes remaining here in the first. Marble underneath, wide open for 2 points. That one is Kevon Shims, and Sims gets 2.
That's what I'm saying. That's the kind of ball you want to play. You want to be looking up.
Myers down in the corner. Dutton off the iron, no good, battling underneath. And we've got an offensive foul call, and I believe that one is going to be on Chase Dutton.
Number 10, Chase Dutton.
And that's going to be the first on Dutton.
Kind of nudged him in the back a little bit and got the high kid off his square.
Tigers, Marble trying to get it across midcourt. Finally gets it across midcourt, loses the handle, and here comes Houston. And that's going to fly off the rim. And we've got a foul, and that's going to be on Keyshawn Marble. That's going to be 3 on Marble.
You know, I'm seeing what Coach Fox is saying. Slow it down sometimes, and sometimes you definitely do. He tried to dribble through a traffic. Then once he got to the third man, then they just took the ball from him.
First-year head coach Dave Fox here for the Tigers, and it's going to take a while to build this team up as Jeff Banks comes into the game for Keyshawn Marble, and Marble will head to the bench with 3 fouls. On the line, Logan Houston. And Houston will get his first 2 off the stripe. That one drops in to Purnell. And Purnell steps on the outbound line here, and that's going to be a turnover by the Tigers. One of the things that Coach Fox is going to have to control here for the Tigers, that's going to have to be turnovers.
Yes, turnovers is real crucial now because if you're not hitting the shot, then you add the turnovers to them. You're just a sitting duck out here.
Galdine again driving strong to the basket. He found a wide open lane. And the Tigers again will turn it over as Trent Galdine got his hands on it. And Coach Fox is calling over Moody.
What up? I don't know if Coach Rule got a little scout against the Tigers, but I tell you what, he's got his kids fast breaking. He's got them pressing. And he probably seen something that on film that got his team playing pretty good tonight, Frank.
Galdine bangs his first off the back of the iron. That one's no good. 21-4, and OakRidge leading it here in the first quarter, 1:59 remaining. And that one's going to drop through for Goldine. 7 points now for Trent Goldine. And we've got a whistle and a foul. And that one's going to be on Logan Houston. As Logan Houston gets his first. Down underneath, Sims going to the basket. He's going to draw the foul. One thing that you talked about, mentioned early on, the Tigers are going to have to attack the basket here.
Yes, and he did. Sims did just that, what I said, and I brought a smile to my face to Sims because he could have settled for that 22, 23-footer that they just haven't been able to hit that. But I like to see him do this a lot more, and then you draw the foul and get to the line.
And the first shot is up. It is good by Moody, and Moody so far with 3 points here tonight. And that one's going to be off the iron. Tigers battling tough underneath as Jay Banks. And that one, Jeff Banks off the back of the iron. Tigers again battling on the offensive glass. They have been doing a fairly good job on the offensive glass tonight.
This trip down right here, Frank, it's a crucial trip because they have been hitting the glass, and I've seen number Tiger just up around the glass, hitting the glass, and this is the point now. You down big, but you can work yourself back in by attacking the basket.
And the first will drop through for Sims. Moody. Moody now with 4 points so far tonight. And that one's off the back of the iron. Missed the second, but again, an offensive rebound.
He came up with it. He lost it out of bounds.
And lost the handle out of bounds.
That trip down right there, Frank. They had like 3 offensive glass, free throws. That's what you got to do. That's showing me a little bit of Tiger ball. You keep that fight up right there, you playing Tiger ball.
Myers gets it across midcourt for the Eagles. Down in the corner, a wide open Goldine. The shot's up, no good. Tigers on the rebound. And Jeff Banks. Wilson. And the Tigers now will pick up the turnover and finally gets it in the hands of Wilson. Wilson all the way inside off the glass. He's got 2.
That's what I'm talking about. That's how you tack the basket. That's what I want to see a lot more. I know these kids got a little skills in them that they can attack that basketball, attack that rim.
Pascal, jump shot up by Houston. That's going to roll off the rim. Banks with the rebound.
Houston got a pretty good touch.
And here come the Tigers as Banks tried to get it inside on the alley-oop.
You know, I'm hearing the Tiger fans behind me saying, shoot, shoot, shoot. I'm saying, no. We got to get to the cup a lot more. You know, we don't have the Steph Curry, Michael Jordan's out here that's shooting that long gun like that. No, let's get to attack the basket, and we're fine.
22-8, Eagles leading, and the long bomb. That one's up by Falby. Off the iron, that's no good. We've got a whistle. And the turnovers early on here in the first quarter have kind of hurt the Tigers just a bit. Another one here.
Yep.
That one picked off by Goldine. Down low in the corner, Myers. That shot is up, and a whistle and a foul.
Yep.
And let's see who that's going to be on. That is going to be on Zachariah Purnell.
And Frank, you know, as a coach, I would tell players, if he's shooting that long gun, most high school players are, 20 or less percent from that three-point line? Let him have it. Just get a hand up in his face. Don't be jumping like you ready to block a three-pointer. That's nonsense. Now you're giving him 3 freebies, and he's knocking them down.
And so far, Myers now with 2 off the stripe. He's got another shot at it. 8.1 seconds, and Myers going to bang that off the back of the iron. The rebound, though, picked up by Falby underneath, and an easy 2 points for Logan Houston. 8 points tonight for Houston, and Houston has been playing really tough tonight underneath.
Yes, and Frank, in that quarter, I think the points in the paint is really put Heights really behind. And when I'm saying by the points in the paint is because OakRidge is attacking the basket. Houston has been a force down there, and they looking for Houston most of the time. Now, I want to say this, that OakRidge is shooting a lot of three-pointers too. Okay, let him have it. Just get a hand in his face. Don't jump like you want to slap a shot, because that guy, my buddies with the stripes on, will call that.
That's right. You're in cahoots with Johnny Tanner and Keith Wright.
Yeah, they're my buddies. I've been refereeing with those guys for years, and I love those guys. And all I can say is, you go shoot that 3, and I'm gonna see you slap a hand or slap an arm. I'm calling that too.
And not such a great first quarter for the Tigers. Outscored by 18 points. Dutton takes it back to Houston, almost knocked away. And that one's going to be knocked away by the Tigers. And the Tigers now, that one across court, back inside. Going to Jay Banks.
That's where you get the points back at them. You want to get to the paint too. And those points in the paint, is crucial.
Just underway here, 7:30. And that shot is going to be up, and it is good by Purnell.
And, Frank, I got correspondents out there. We got one of the top games in the state of Michigan tonight over at Muskegon. And I just got a text in, Muskegon 12, Rockford 11 at the end of the first quarter.
The Lady Reds tonight hopefully taking care of business against a tough Rockford team.
Yeah, Rockford went all the way, I think, to the semifinals last year, and they returned pretty much everybody, as well as Muskegon. So I'm expecting that to be a dogfight over there at Redmond Potter. Wow. He
Dutton on the turnover again for the Eagles, and driving the baseline is Dallas Meyer. Meyer, a junior, doesn't have a lot of height, but he's not afraid to take it to the hole.
No, he's been a little scrappy little kid out here tonight for them, and he go to the hole and dished a couple of times to Houston, and I like his play, Frank.
6:55 remaining here in the first half. Two fouls, nobody in the bonus yet. On the line, Dallas Myers. That one's off the back of the iron, no good. As Laquan Briggs will check into the game for Purnell. And that one is up and good for Myers. And that one
almost took us out over here.
Yeah, that one almost got us there. That's why this place almost just like driving a car. Got to keep your eyes on the road
That's
here.
right. That's right.
Long, dangerous pass all the way across court, but caught by the Tigers. And Moody underneath, I believe, is going to step on the outbound line. That's going to be another turnover for the Tigers here. .635 remaining here in the first half, 27-11. OakRidge Eagles on top. Both teams tonight looking for their first win on the season.
Yes, and the way OakRidge
And a long tray for Johannes Pasol. And Pasol will pick up a tray.
You know, he was wide open, and he had all the time in the world to set that shot, and he knocked it down. That's the way you shoot threes. If you're going to give yourself time to set that.
And we've got a timeout on the court here as the Tigers have to get this one together here.
Yeah, I think so. You know, it's an uphill battle now for them, and I would say, you know, quit settling for that. Minute you get to that three-point stripe, you want to let it ride, and that's what the crowd like to see. You let it ride. No, I'm an old school type player. I like to attack the basket, Frank.
And the Tigers have been doing a fairly good job of that tonight. They've been attacking the basket well, especially on the offensive glass.
Yes, this second quarter they have attacked the basket a lot better than they did in the first, and that's how they got that big lead. That OakRidge got that big lead. But I'm going to have to talk to Tracy because I think Tracy did some film. And because if you're watching, OakRidge got a man leaking out all the time. And, you know, as they called it back in the day, cherry picking. And he's doing it. And he's catching hikes napping.
Trent Galdine is getting a much-needed rest on the bench. He's got 9 points.
You know, Frank, I got to give a quick shout-out here to Rick Rule, Tracy's brother, athletic director here. He set us up well tonight, Frank.
Absolutely. Courtside here at OakRidge High School. Tigers almost lost it. Got it back. Driving baseline. Reverse layup is no good. Tigers, again, working well on the offensive glass. And a battle underneath here.
Got a jump ball, beat Tigers ball.
Great sportsmanship by Roderick Parks.
Yes.
That's what you want to see in high school players.
Exactly.
If a man is down, it doesn't matter which team he's on, help him up.
Help him up, and that's what great sportsmanship. And you can credit Dave Fox for that. He's well composed with his team, and I think in the future Dave's going to turn this Tiger team around.
And another turnover, almost turnover. Tigers going to get it back. Banks going to fall on it, and trying to get it back out.
I applaud the Tiger referee. He's got a lot of young kids that he's brought up a ton of sophomores, a couple freshmen, and this is his future, what he sees coming up.
And the JV team tonight a winner. Turnaround jumper on the inside. That one's no good by Houston. Ball comes back out to Myers. Myers back to Houston. Underneath. Falby. That's no good. Battling underneath. Basket by Dutton. And Dutton has another 2 for the Eagles.
Dutton and Houston, Frank, are big kids, and they crash in the glass well here for OakRidge.
As Houston comes away with that one, and Houston will get called for the traveling. He'll get the traveling call. And that's going to be probably the first turnover here by the Eagles.
Yeah, they haven't had very many. I mean, they've been protecting that ball very well, and that's why you see the lead that they got.
The Eagles with an 18-point deficit here at the end of the first quarter. Inside, Banks turning around, the jumper off the iron, no good. That rebound Comes to Falby.
See him leaking out here. He's got a man leaking out all the time.
Falby dumps it out, kicks it back out to Dutton. Dutton fires an air ball underneath. Waiting is Houston, and Houston with 2 more.
Yeah, they got to put a body on Houston, because if not, it's like a man amongst boys down there.
10 points for Houston tonight. A great move underneath for Moody. And Tayshawn Moody picks up 2 more. 4 minutes jumper. That one's off the back by Trent Galdine. 4 minutes remaining here in the first half. And that foul is going to be on Briggs. That's going to be his first.
Mm-hmm.
As Galdine, the senior here for the Eagles, will head to the stripe.
You know, Frank, I just want to point out, you don't hardly ever see this in high school basketball, but Briggs is a part of a triplet at Muskegon Heights. He got 2 brothers that plays on the JV team, and he's up off the JV team to the varsity, and yeah, he's part of a triplet at Muskegon Heights.
And a rare miss from the stripe, Galdine. He's got 3 here, looking for number 4. And he's going to get it. And Tigers on a little move, and again, another turnover by the Tigers as Moody turned it over. Great play underneath as Galdine battling underneath. That one is swatted away.
You got that swatted. I think that'd be I don't know, Frank, how many times Houston's going to have that shot swatted like that, but, you know, that came out of there like flies coming up out of there.
Got a whistle and a foul. That one's going to be on Moody. That's going to be his first, and again underneath. Playing it Denton.
Well designed out of bound play. Well designed.
That was contested.
Yep.
And still dropped through for the Eagles. Got to get it across midcourt here. Down to Jay Banks. And Banks looking for some help. Long jumper off the back of the iron. And that comes down to the Eagles. Outlet pass to Falby. Falby out top of the key, looking for some help here. Finally kicks it out to Galdine. Back inside to Dutton, and that one's going to be off the rim. 37-13.
That foul was called on number 2 for OakRidge.
That foul is going to be on Houston, and I believe that's going to be.
And Frank, here come a guy we said was well put together for OakRidge. Number 11, Brett Kroll.
Yeah, he's a linebacker. And the Tigers again here, Jomo.
Yep.
They're going to throw it away and turn it over to the Eagles.
You know, I want to, you know, those turnovers. You know, they hurt, but some of the turnovers cannot be turnovers if you slow the ball down. And this is what Dave said. He wanted the group to slow down. And, you know, at time, if you're not disciplined for fast pace, then, you know.
Great ball movement by the Eagles. Gets it inside to Bryce Falby, and he's got 2 more. 10 points for Falby tonight. And Brett Kroll on the inside. And some great passing. Trent Galdine with 2 more. And the Eagles now running up the score.
Yeah, Eagles done found a groove. Like I said, they got, to me, Frank, I would say they got at least 25, maybe more points in the paint.
And Jeff Briggs needs to be into the game now to counteract Brett Kroll.
Yeah.
Brett Kroll is what you call a lane blocker.
Oh yeah. He go or space eater in the paint. He go. He can clear out whatever he wants to clear out in there. And I would see. I told our statistician Dr. Wayne Robinson. I told him that I'll match up him with every time he in the game. I'll put him in the game. We go body for body.
First shot by Wilson. Up and good. The second. That one's going to roll in and out. The rebound come down to Goldine. Long outlet pass down to Myers. And he's going to wisely bring it up top. And kicks it back to Goldine. And Goldine picks up a huge tray for the Eagles.
Like I said, Trace Rule got it. Tracy,
And a tray.
Yep.
For Tayshawn Moody.
He's leaking that man out. And he's leaking that man out, and pretty soon he's going to catch him, and they're going to get easy baskets.
Check that. That tray was by Briggs for the Heights.
3 more.
And again, Laquan Briggs comes up with another huge three-pointer for the Tigers. 44-20 now. 1:06 remaining. Trapping defense and a kickball
on the Heights.
And the Eagles will get it on the inbound.
Yeah. That was a good call there. Heights player did kick the ball, and it was a good call.
1:04 remaining here in the first half. 44-20. Eagles on top. Down low in the corner. Another tray by Chase Dutton.
Frank, if you're going to play man-to-man, you got to stick with your man. And you can't give a man wide open like that. He's setting his feet, and, he's knocking it down. Like I said, Trace Rule is showing some well-designed plays here, and it's giving Heights problems. And, you seen Dave yelled at the man that was supposed to be holding him, and that's rightfully so. He's got to stay with his man. If not, going, like I said back in the day, going to weigh him out.
Just under a minute remaining here in the first half. Frank St. James along with Joe Moe and D. Wayne Robinson. Moody going inside. That one's going to roll in and out.
That's a good take, Frank.
And Moody is going to head to the stripe for the Tigers.
And everybody was saying, shoot it, but he took that one head fake and pumped him, got him in the air and took the shot. That's what kind of you want to do when you're attacking the paint.
Tayshawn Moody on the stripe here. And that one's going to drop through for Tayshawn, the first off the stripe. And coming up at the half, we'll entertain you with a bit of music. And then we will come back and give you some first half stats here.
Yep. See what we got. The points in the paint is huge, and Oak Ridge have rightfully so owned the points in the paint tonight.
You are listening to the Muskegon Heights Tigers Radio Network on 103.7 The Beat WUVS. And got a foul. And the Eagles are going to be put on the stripe as Connor.
I was going to say they I don't know what got in on Oak Ridge tonight, but they're shooting pretty well. I was going to say, but he just threw up a brick at the free throw line. So
and another one that's going to totally Aravalo. Under 30 seconds remaining here in the first half. Almost a bad pass, but a air ball. That was fired up by Briggs.
You know, I think one thing, Frank, seeing the other two triplets, Dave Fox gonna have something special here coming up in a few years. Because the other triplets, he was knocking threes down and
battling for the rebound underneath. And the Tigers, Tayshaun Moody.
You know, once again, Frank, you're talking sportsmanship. Both OakRidge the Heights player went to the ground for the jump ball, and then when they got up, they pulled each other up off the floor. Frank, you know, this is great sportsmanship by two class coaches.
And Tayshaun Moody limping toward the locker room now.
Yeah, he just went back into the locker room, so hopefully he'll be all right.
Aravalo on the inbound for the Eagles, but they're going to call a timeout with 10.7 seconds remaining. 27-21 as the Eagles are leading. Again, here in the first half, not to sound like a broken record, but the Tigers have been plagued with turnovers.
Yes, they have, and you know some of the turnovers, Frank, that they could have, you know, slowed the ball down instead of forcing the ball up court, throwing bad passes. You know, that's gonna come with time with Dave Fox. I see what Dave was doing with these young kids, and you'll see a better ball play. Give him by the end of the year, he might have this turned around by playoff time, Frank.
And the inbound, that comes into Goldine, and he's going to knock it down. And Goldine, he's got two more. He has been on fire tonight here for the Eagles.
And, Frank, we still got coming up on halftime. Frank.
And that one almost chopped through again
That almost
for Trent Goldine, and he's been doing the magic here tonight for the Eagles. And we've seen the Eagles now tonight. They have scored more points tonight than they have in the last few games.
Yes, and I tell you, Tracy have put together a good game plan here tonight. He's attacking the basket. Like I said, Heights got to watch that because Tracy is sending a man down. Mid Heights shot. He's got a wide open man. They throwing a long pass. He's going to catch Heights a couple of times on them easy buckets like that. But then, I'll say again that, you know, Heights have committed too many turnovers, shot too many threes. I say you take away that and put together something special in the second half in order to come back and make a ball game out of it.
And we will see what the Tigers are going to do here in the second half. Right now, they are down 49-21.
And before we go away, Frank, I just want to we got a score over at Muskegon. Like I said, it's a tough one over there. Muskegon at halftime, 18-17.
And we'll keep an eye on that game as well. And our game here, of course, at OakRidge. We'll have more coming up. We'll take a break and come right back with some of the scoring and look at some of the activity here from the first half. We'll have that and more. That's all coming up for you as we continue on the Muskegon Big Red Radio Network. 103.7 WUVS, The Beat.
Relax and lay it back. If by chance you let me just hold you, baby. I'm down on the street.
Yep.
A minute 54. Logan. And the jumper. That one is Johnny Passau. And he's got two. He came into the game here in the second quarter. Came into the game in the second quarter and knocked down a tray for the Eagles.
Yes, and I tell you what, Frank, the way I can't believe Tracy team is 0-3. I can't believe that because, you know, this was two teams that haven't won a game yet. But they look playing pretty decent. If they can play this way, who knows what Tracy can pull a rabbit out of the hat.
Myers up top falls off Falby. And we've got a whistle and a foul. That one is going to be on Marble.
And you know the thing with when you're playing with a lot of youngs, you filling the youngs out, and they're getting a lot of experience on court playing as being young. So next year, when your time to come to really, as they call it, to shine, it's your time. And I like it that he playing a lot of young kids and a lot of kids off the bench is playing.
Bryce Falby will get his fourth off the stripe tonight as Marble is going to head to the bench here for the Tigers. And Falby will get them both off the stripe.
Hey, no. Zach, take it out. Corey, middle.
He's got 5 points so far tonight. Coach Fox yelling the instructions here. Coach Fox played for the Tigers under then head coach Keith Guy.
Yes, and Dave had a great career at Heights, and he had a couple good runs with the Tigers.
And the Tigers are going to lose it out of bounds and another turnover. And that one rolled out of bounds by Purnell. And the Eagles on the inbound, 64-31. As we approach a minute remaining here in the third, little reverse layup. And that one's going to be no good by Houston as he hits the deck. And looking up on the wall as the Eagles play in the Muskegon
West Michigan Conference.
West Michigan Conference.
Yes.
They've got some pretty stiff competition coming up off the glass. That one's no good by Galdine. They've got North Muskegon, who is undefeated so far in this young season. Up top, Marble fires one off the iron, no good.
You know, I'll take that shot by Marble because he set his feet. He had a good look. I mean, just came up short off the iron. I'll take that look every time, but most of the time I'll pump fake and I'm going to the basket. I know I ain't number 5'5", but I'm a teardropper.
He'll throw it up there somewhere. You're listening to 103.7 The Beat, WUVS. Muskegon Heights Tigers Radio Network. Frank St. James along with Joe Moe tonight here at OakRidge High School. Our statistician tonight, D. Wayne. Not to be confused with D. Wade. And that one drops through for Houston. And Houston with 13 points so far tonight. He's a long, lanky kid.
Yes, he is.
And he gets them both off the stripe.
You know, and I tell you, Frank, as you're watching these young kids right before our eyes grow, Frank, and as these kids are taking some, as I would say, some good lessons out here on the court, you know, pretty soon they're going to be giving the lessons.
Inside.
That's a nice block.
Duncan, no good.
Good pass, but nice block, too.
Long pass cross court to Myers. Myers back up top down to Galdine. That's so no good off the iron. And the rebound comes down to Marble. As Marble gets it across midcourt for the Tigers. launches a three. That's an air ball that rolls out of bounds at the buzzer. And that is going to be the end of quarter number 3. And the Tigers 31 and OakRidge Eagles 66. And we mentioned before about the Eagles and their scoring tonight. I believe you talked with Coach Rule,
yep.
and he had told you that their shooting was just not there, but I can't see what he was seeing.
You know, like I said, Frank, he might have, sent an assistant over to look at the scout hikes and see what he can do to break down on what his team can improve on in shooting. And Frank, he had brought a nice game plan here, and like I said, he's sending a man leaking out, as we called it back in the day, cherry picking. Hey, that's basketball 101 too. Because if you ain't watching, I'm gonna burn you when I get that chance.
As we are set here to head to the fourth and final quarter tonight. And Muskegon winning it here in the third quarter, 34-31. The Lady Reds over the Rockets.
Rockford Rams.
Rockford Rams, Lady Rams. Beautiful pass to Myers underneath. And coming in to swat that one away was Corey Duncan. And Corey is going to pick up his first foul tonight.
You know, those type of fouls, Frank, right there, you stopping the play, making him earn it from the line. I'll take that foul all day, Frank, because, you're giving up an easy layup. You're not letting him get an easy layup and making him in there. If he hit the bucket at the line, which he got the first one down, then I'll take that foul.
And Dallas Meyer now tonight with 9 points so far. And that one's off the iron and picked up by Pasal. The jumper, no good. The rebound comes down to Marble. Marble, long pass. That one's deflected. But that one was picked up again by Purnell and redirected by Houston.
That's a good way of saying it, redirected, because that was a good swat. I thought that was a fly going to the wall, Frank.
And inside a battle for it is Meyer. Meyer's a scrappy kid. And the shot up by Marble, but we've got a whistle. And I believe Marble stepped on the outbound line.
At times I'm liking the Hikes' intensity, because as sophomores and freshmen, and, you got maybe 1 or 2 seniors, and Dave is playing a lot of these young kids. Frank, I like to see what they look like around tournament time, Frank.
Down inside in a battle finally. We've got a whistle as Purnell gets the whistle as Jeff Banks comes back into the ball game for the Tigers. We have not seen the big guy, Brett Kroll, again here for the Eagles.
Brett wasn't in foul trouble or nothing, was he?
No.
Okay.
He had only been in the game for a few moments.
Oh, okay, number 11. I got you. 'Cause I wanted him to match up with Banks in the middle right there.
Driving baseline, beautiful reverse layup. That one goes up by Moody, but it's no good. And Houston gets it out in the corner, and an air ball by Purcell. And a whistle. And Purnell steps on the outbound line. That's going to be Eagle basketball. 6:50 remaining here in the fourth and final quarter. 67-31. And the long jumper as Houston is bumped, no call. And Moody trying to get that one down deep to Purnell. Mm-hmm. And again, that one's knocked away. It'll be Tiger basketball as Purnell comes over to inbound, or check that. Duncan Inbound, Moody almost lost the handle on it, but gets it off to Banks. Banks spinning, looking for some help here.
Purnell.
Almost a backcourt violation by the Tigers.
Got a foul, 13.
And that's going to be on Dallas Meyer. And that's going to be a couple on Dallas Meyer. That's ought to be his third. Moody. Banks trying to get inside. He lost the handle.
Good save.
Saved it. Got it back inside. Gets
That's
it to
what I
Purnell.
like to see,
Off
Frank.
the glass, and Zachariah Purnell.
See, that's basketball right there to me, Frank. When you're attacking that basket, you put a move on him up top and get to that cup like that.
Moody. And a great play by Purcell. And Purcell took that one strong to the hole.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. And I say, Frank, to say that when you attack that basket, sometimes that lane will clear open just like it did for Purnell.
And Banks will head to the bench here for the Tigers. A great few minutes on the court.
Yes. And I see Dave is giving him like 1 to 2 minutes every time in, and giving him a rest and putting him back in. So that for these young kids, Frank, I'm loving the way Dave play these young kids.
And Purcell will pick that one up off the stripe. He's got 8 points tonight. And the jumper, that one's off the iron, no good. Shots up by Marble. And here come the Eagles. Purcell down deep in the corner, underneath again to Houston, and he's going to draw the foul.
You know, most every trip down that Hikes is in this man-to-man. Tracy is spreading that man-to-man to get Houston one-on-one, and he's taking advantage with Houston with one-on-one every time. Majority of the time he come down.
That foul's going to be on Duncan. It's going to be his second. Into the game comes Jaden Mueller for the Eagles. And what a game by Dallas Myers as he head to the bench.
Yes, he
for the Eagles.
Yes, he's knocked down a few threes here tonight for them, and I like